This Texas Independence Day, there is concern about the kind of history that is taught in Texas classrooms. A scathing report calls the curriculum, quote, a politicized distortion of history and a triumph of ideology over facts. Ben Russell read through this report and also talked with a man whose research heavily influenced this criticism. He's a guy from North Texas, Ben.
That's right. It's Dr. Edward Countryman, who's a history professor here at SMU. His review of and contempt for these standards goes back years. This 35-page report we're talking about today, put out by the Texas Freedom Network, it borrows heavily on the work that Dr. Countryman and a team of SMU doctoral students did some years ago. They inspected every single textbook on offer to the State Board of Education, then produced their own report that looked into the, quote, problems and inaccuracies in the books. Their concerns cover several subjects. We're just going to focus on two of them, though, this morning. The Civil War and then the discrimination Black Americans suffered after it. Regarding the Civil War, the report notes a majority of state school board members, quote, deliberately downplayed slavery's role in it. Here's a direct quote. In fact, one board member even argued that slavery had really been just an after issue or side issue of the war. The report says the history standards place slavery as the last cause of the war, even behind sectionalism and states' rights. And then, with respect to what came after, quote, during and after Reconstruction, there is no mention in the standards of the Black Codes, the Ku Klux Klan, or sharecropping. In fact, the term Jim Crow never appears. The report goes on to say racial segregation is only mentioned as a passing reference to the Armed Forces integration in 1948.
And so I'm not going to say that somebody is deliberately lying. I am going to say that the standards that have been produced are terrible and that Texas has a chance to fix them.
And that's really the point here, because the reason that this report just came out is because this year the State Board of Education is going through a process called streamlining, where they go in, look at the standards, decide what should stay and what perhaps should be rewritten. This report is an effort, they say, to try to effect some positive change. Live at SMU, Ben Russell, NBC5.